Short questions but long answers. Kindly explain further mind noting the mind with examples. Kindly explain further mind noting the mind with examples. Okay. When you use the word mind noting the mind, other words, it's like the noting mind is noting the mind itself. Other words, this falls under what we call Chittanupassana. Uh, 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 Noting on the mind repeatedly again and again. So falls under this Chittanupassana. And then, of course, it's just like the concept of when we talk about a body, a feeling. When you have pain, you put your attention there. Pay attention to it. How is it? In the same time, if you're a beginner, you label it. You label them. And I talk about labeling since those of you are just beginning to start. Whether you have some previous experience, first few days is always good to label your object because to direct the mind to the object much more faster, much more quicker. Lifting, pushing, dropping, label it as lifting, pushing, dropping, rising, falling, label it again and again. It directs, anchors the mind onto the object much more better. So you have like in the body you have the let's say this time is the pain feelings. Although feelings is actually fall under the mind, but it's connected to your body, so we call it the bodily feelings. But so you put your attention there, you pay attention to it. So because you do that, you are noticing, you're observing the the object of what is going on. No? The mind also falls under the same concept. You have a mind states, you have a noting mind. So this time, let's say we take up that sadness. Just now we talk about the sadness. Let's say this time sadness arises in you. Outside, nobody knows that what is going on. Nobody sees you what is going on. You only know yourself. And this time the sadness is strong. It pops up. It pops up to connected with a lot of thoughts, a lot of past remembering of things that has already happened, perhaps like somebody died and so on. Yeah? So it pops up. So this time, it becomes a predominant object. You let go of your rising and falling, let go of all the everything. So this time, that the mind is going into a turmoil. A lot of sensation is going on. So this time, what you do is that you're brave enough. You must make sure that you are brave enough to really face to what is going on. When you face with the sadness at this moment of time, you will also see all the past faces and so on. Yeah? You will see all your mother or your parents or your loved ones and so on, and it can sometimes become quite clear to you. It can be quite clear to you. So your job here as a vipassana yogi, your job is to note them. Sadness, 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 or seeing. The more that you notice it this time, the more it will become stronger. Because it becomes stronger, your job is to keep noticing it also. You begin to see its changes of that sadness and also that thought also. You begin to see how it grips and how difficult and how it really makes the whole mind into a lot of frenzy, a lot of emotional states and so on. But that is how in the beginning of noting this type of emotional states. A lot of people, they dare not and they don't want to see this type of states. Every time this type of states coming to them, and they want to suppress it. When they suppress it, it gets, in the beginning, they thought that they could win the battle, but you're going to lose the war. You win that time only, but after that, it's going to come in again and come in again. You just can't take it. You will blow up or you give up the whole meditation. And this type of things are due to because of our meditation, we starts to develop. All your thoughts and all the faces that you're going to see can be very clear. As if like your mom has passed away 20 years ago. When you meditate, it's right in front of your face at that time. So how your emotion is going to react at this moment of time, and you know that the person already passed away. So the reaction, the momentum is going to come in very strongly. So your job is to note it, pay attention to it, note it. Sadness, 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 crying, 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 emotion, 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 emotion. That's how we pay attention, mind, the noting the mind. Okay, we look at it. We look at it how it goes stronger, lesser, and so on. As best as you can, pay attention to it. Then, if your mindfulness is strong enough, you see that the mindfulness will slowly take over. The sadness will begin to lessen and lessen and lessen. Doesn't mean that it's going to go away. Next time it may come up again. Your job is again to pay attention to it. So this is how the mind noting the mind, because the sadness falls under mental category. Or sometimes it's not just only unwholesome mental states, it can also be a wholesome mental state also. Now, sometimes when you meditate, you watch your rising and falling, and then after that, you notice that your mind, your alertness become very clear. Your alertness become very clear, and this time you let go of the rising and falling. You pay attention to your alertness. Alert, 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 clear, 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 clear. You see that state of mind also. What is going on with that state of mind? Sometimes you notice that the state of mind becomes brighter, less, and so on. It's quite interesting to see. Sometimes like mental states like can come in with like very random thoughts. No happy feeling, no sad feeling, no joyful feeling. Is everything just thoughts just floating through. Sometimes when this type of again here there are thoughts that passing through. If it becomes predominant and becomes clear to you, and you know that it's been staying for a while, then pay attention to it also. See how they go from one thought after another thought, after another thought, after another thought. Sometimes you don't feel anything. It's just like one picture go after a picture, another one. But what you should be careful over here is that you should not associate whatever that you see inside the thoughts as yours or I. Because when the thoughts are passing through, sometimes you may see faces, people, you may see places that you have gone, or places that you have never been. Because now the mind imagine, or you see things, or you thought that you see ghosts, or you thought that you see things this and that. Or you thought that you can see things far away, or you thought that you can remember things very far into the past. All these things is you think it's yours. You think that this one is connected to myself, my mother. Oh, I've been there. I've been there with my family. Or even you see your horrible bosses, even you retired for 10 years and that face also still so strong. Then it still come up, and then that time also, it is not yours. Although you don't want it, but you associate with him. My boss last time. Because you associate it with yourself. Because you associate with yourself, your emotion will get entangled inside. So whenever you see this type of thoughts passing through, you must not associate with I. Sometimes you have to tell yourself, hey, this is just only thoughts passing through. They are just passing through only. They are passing through. It's not my mother. Although I can see the face, but not my mother. It's just mental projection only. Which is true. It's just a mental projection. There's a mental projection only, and it comes up and it's quite strong. So your job is to just to see it passing through, passing through, passing through, passing through, passing through. Uh, uh, Say it's easier. Tomorrow you do exactly what I say, the opposite. You keep falling in the, oh, my beloved one. Oh, my happy situation. Oh, so sad. Oh. But hopefully, if you can, suddenly you remember, oh, last night or yesterday he said like that. Try to pull out your mind from it. At least you know what to do. Because if you do not know what to do, this type of things is going to go into more and more and more, and you actually believe that you can see something. But actually, it's just the mind projecting. But because the mind projecting into much more clearer, you believe that you can do something. So the mind can go overdoing all these things because associated with I, everything associated with I. Huh? So make sure that mindfulness is there. If the mindfulness is there, it helps to protect the mind. This is not mine. This is just another thought, another image that's passing through. Huh? Okay, right.